Welcome back to Economic Outlook. Now, as you've undoubtedly seen, another CEO has decided to take to the airwaves to try to preserve the reputation of his company. Now, of course, I could only be talking about British Petroleum CEO Tony Hayward. Today I want to look at Mr. Hayward's various appearances in the media and take an especially close look at his recent appearance in BP's ad campaign to try to ameliorate the American public over the ongoing crisis in the Gulf of Mexico. Let's start off by quickly recapping the major events in the oil spill. First of all, British Petroleum has lost approximately $70 billion in market capitalization when you compare their end-of-year market cap in 2009 to their position today, June 6th, on Friday. Now, when the spill first began, there was a fire on the Deepwater Horizon well on April 20th. By April 22nd, the well had sank, and by April 25th, the Coast Guard estimated that 1,000 barrels of oil was flowing into the Gulf of Mexico each day. They then revised that figure upward by 4,000 barrels to 5,000 barrels per day on April 29th. And Obama made his pledge that the government would make every resource available to assist in the cleanup. On May 2nd, Obama visited the site, and on May 6th, the first oil was spotted on barrier islands in Louisiana. Throughout the middle of May, British Petroleum tried several techniques to cap the oil flowing from the broken pipe, ending with the failure of the top kill procedure on May 26th. Now, Obama on May 28th made his second visit to the region, and on 5/29, British Petroleum announced that the top kill had officially failed. Now, over this time, British Petroleum has come under fire from around the country, with people who were outraged over the spill, its environmental damage, what it's done to industries in the Gulf, and people expected BP CEO Tony Hayward to address some of their concerns. Now, Mr. Hayward made several media appearances, but he appeared to be completely clueless when it came to responding to the American people over the oil flowing into the Gulf. Mr. Hayward's first major gaffes were when he referred to the Gulf of Mexico as a very big ocean, and then went on to state that the oil flowing into the Gulf would have a, quote, very, very modest, end quote, impact. Then things got more serious recently when Mr. Hayward gave a quick interview on Good Morning America. So let's watch the clip and see what he had to say.
Sunday, BP's CEO apologized.
We're sorry, actually. We're sorry for the massive disruption it's caused to their lives. And, you know, there's no one who wants this thing over more than I do. You know, I'd like my life back.
Life here may never be the same. The water and all that lives in and around it could be harmed for years. So on this holiday weekend, some people in New Orleans protested.
We're trying to clean up this mess.
I'm filled with anxiety every night, and I hope that the BP executives feel the same way. Unfortunately, I doubt that they do.
You see, Mr. Hayward is tired. He's tired of the oil spilling into the Gulf of Mexico, not because of its environmental devastation or because of the effect it's had on the people of the region. No, he just wants his life back. He wants a little peace and quiet. Well, I want to give some names to Mr. Hayward. Let's start with Jason Anderson, Aaron Dale Burkeen, Donald Clark, Stephen Curtis, Roy Wyatt Kemp, Carl Kleppinger, Gordon Jones, Blair Manuel, Dewey Rivette, Shane Rochdo, and Adam Weiss. Now, Mr. Hayward, you may not recognize these names, but they're the 11 people who actually died when Deepwater Horizon blew up. I think it is completely appalling that Tony Hayward would even make a statement like this where he says he wants his life back, because I'm sure the families and the communities of those men who died would probably like for them to have their lives back. So, Mr. Hayward, this was appalling. So what does he try to do? Well, he goes on the PR offensive with an ad campaign designed to rehabilitate British Petroleum's image with the American consumer, even while oil is still flowing into the Gulf of Mexico unimpeded. Okay, in my next entry, we'll continue this look at British Petroleum by examining Tony Hayward and the company's recent foray into public relations. British Petroleum launched a major ad campaign designed to try to repair some of the damage done to their image by the disaster in the Gulf. We'll look at exactly what Mr. Hayward said in my next video. As always, thank you for joining me here at Economic Outlook, and be sure to visit my website, www.econoutlook.com, and I will see you here next time when we conclude our look at another CEO on camera, British Petroleum's Tony Hayward.